You know that one position you just sink into every single night? The one that feels so perfect, so natural? Well, what if I told you it might be the very thing that's secretly damaging your heart, your brain, and your back? In this explainer, we're going to dig into how one simple change in the way you sleep could completely transform your health. It's a pretty crazy question, I know, but according to the research we're looking at today, the wrong position could be ramping up your risk for some really serious health problems, maybe even shortening your life by a whole decade. So the real question is, are you making this mistake every night without even knowing it?
I mean, just listen to the story of Gudi Santoso. At 72, he gets rushed to the ER with a heart attack. A month later, after making just one change to how he sleeps, not only does he run a marathon, but his yearly medical bills just plummet. They went from the equivalent of thousands of dollars down to just a few hundred. It's a pretty incredible example of just how high the stakes are here.
All right, so what are these dangerous habits we're talking about? We're going to count down the 4 most common and forbidden positions, plus one huge mistake that pretty much everyone makes. And believe me, some of these are definitely going to surprise you. Kicking off our countdown, we've got sleeping on your stomach. Look, it might feel cozy, but if you're over 60, this position is putting some serious strain on your body. Let's look at exactly how. So when you sleep on your stomach, you're forcing your neck into this twisted position for hours on end, which can really damage your spine over time. And on top of that, it squishes your chest, making it harder for your lungs to fully expand. There was one patient, a 68-year-old man named August, who kept waking up, gasping for air, all because his brain wasn't getting enough oxygen at night.
Okay, now this is the one that gets most people. We've all heard that sleeping on your back is supposed to be the right way, the ideal posture. But it turns out after a certain age, it can become really dangerous.
And here's why. When you're on your back, gravity can actually pull your tongue backward, completely blocking your airway. You've probably heard of this. It's called sleep apnea. Every time your breathing stops, your heart has to go into overdrive, which makes your blood pressure spike. The result? A staggering 3 times higher risk of both heart attack and stroke.
This is another really popular one, right? But sleeping on your left side, it has its own set of issues, mainly because it puts direct physical pressure on one of your most important organs. When you lie on your left, your heart is literally getting squished by its own weight and the weight of your other organs. This position also makes it way easier for stomach acid to creep up into your esophagus, leading to really bad acid reflux. There was one man, Hendra, who'd been taking antacids for 15 years, and he was able to stop just by switching to his other side. Okay, so we're not just talking about how your body is positioned anymore. Turns out, even your pillow choice could be setting you up for a disaster. We're talking specifically about a pillow that's too high. A high pillow cranks your neck into this really unnatural curve, and that compresses the arteries that supply blood to your brain. This alone can triple your risk of having a stroke, especially in those early morning hours. It also pinches the nerves in your neck, which leads to that chronic pain and dizziness that one woman, Endong, was dealing with before she finally swapped out her pillow. So we've gone through 4 big mistakes, but the number 1, most dangerous sleeping habit of all is also the most common. In fact, pretty much everyone does this without even thinking about it.
According to our source, a massive 97% of people sleep in this one single harmful position. That's not a typo. This isn't some rare thing. It's what most of us think of as just normal sleep.
So after all that, what is it? What is this one mistake that 97% of us are making night after night?
That's it. So simple, right? Just lying with your legs stretched out straight. It seems completely harmless. But the mechanical stress this puts on your body all night long is actually huge.
This habit is like a 2-pronged attack on your body. First, it forces your lower back into this weird, unnatural arch, which compresses the discs and can pinch nerves. Second, it makes it harder for blood to flow back up from your legs to your heart, which raises the risk of dangerous blood clots. One man, Suryo, was actually scheduled for back surgery, and he was able to avoid it just by changing this one thing. Okay, so we have torn down all the wrong ways to sleep. So now, let's build up the one single correct position that's going to protect your body and help you get that deep, restorative rest you need. Here it is. The answer is actually pretty simple and something you can do tonight. First, lie on your right side. That takes pressure off your heart. Second, bend your knees, which helps align your spine. Third, stick a small pillow between your knees to keep your pelvis stable. And finally, use a pillow that supports the natural curve of your neck. So here's the super simple guide. On the left, that's everything you need to stop doing. On the right, these are the simple new habits. Stop sleeping on your stomach, your back, or your left side. Start sleeping on your right side with your knees bent and the right support. It really just comes down to making this one switch.
Now, getting the position right is by far the biggest step you can take. But if you really want to maximize the quality of your sleep, let's just quickly cover 3 more simple rules for your nighttime routine.
First, no alcohol for at least 2 hours before bed, because it really messes with your breathing. Second, try to limit how much water you drink after 8 p.m. so you're not waking up all night. And third, keep your bedroom cool. Somewhere between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius is ideal to help your body's natural sleep signals kick in. Just 3 easy tweaks for a way deeper sleep.
And that really is the main takeaway here. This isn't about some expensive new treatment or fancy medication. It's about a small, conscious change that you can make. The power to protect your health in the long run is literally in your hands, and it starts the second your head hits that pillow tonight.
So, as we wrap this up, there's really only one question left to ask. Now that you know all this, what's the one change you're going to commit to making tonight?